2 queens, 1 crown, and a rivalry that was never fought on a battlefield, but inside letters, glances, and fear. Elizabeth Tudor was Queen of England, careful, calculated, raised in danger. Mary Stuart was Queen of Scots, charismatic, romantic, certain she was born to rule. They never met, and yet their lives became inseparably bound. Elizabeth learned early that power required restraint. Her mother, Anne Boleyn, lost her head to the crown Elizabeth would one day wear. Trust was fatal. Love was weakness. Mary's childhood could not have been more different. She was crowned Queen of Scotland at 6 days old, raised in the glittering court of France, surrounded by admiration and belief in her destiny. She was told she was beautiful. She was told she was chosen. By the time Mary returned to Scotland, Elizabeth was already queen, ruling a fragile England divided by religion, scarred by civil war, and terrified of invasion. Mary had something Elizabeth did not: a stronger Catholic claim to the English throne. To Elizabeth, Mary was not just a cousin. She was a living threat. At first, the rivalry was polite. Letters were exchanged. Warm words, careful compliments, false affection. But beneath every sentence was calculation. Elizabeth watched. Mary performed. Mary expected support. Elizabeth offered delay, and delay was power. Mary ruled with her heart. She trusted men who admired her, and married disastrously. Her husband was murdered. Her reputation shattered. Her throne collapsed beneath her. In 1568, Mary fled Scotland and crossed into England, believing Elizabeth would protect her as a fellow queen. Instead, Elizabeth imprisoned her. For Elizabeth, mercy was dangerous. For Mary, captivity was humiliation. From her gilded prison, Mary became a symbol, a Catholic hope, a rallying point for plots against Elizabeth's life. And Elizabeth knew it. Every year Mary lived, Elizabeth's crown trembled. Advisors urged execution. Parliament demanded action. Elizabeth hesitated. Killing a queen was unforgivable and terrifying. If one queen could be executed, so could another. Meanwhile, Mary grew desperate. She wrote letters, encouraged rebellion, approved plans she believed would restore her crown. But Elizabeth's spies were everywhere. One letter was intercepted, decoded, signed with Mary's own hand. It was enough. In 1587, after 19 years of imprisonment, Mary, Queen of Scots, was sentenced to death. Elizabeth delayed the order, claiming uncertainty, doubt, anguish. But the signature was given. Mary faced death with the dignity Elizabeth feared. She dressed in crimson, the color of martyrdom. She forgave her executioners. She died believing history would judge her kindly. Elizabeth, meanwhile, survived. But survival came at a cost. She wore black for weeks, claimed the execution was done against her wishes, and yet her throne was secure. Mary became a legend. Elizabeth became an empire. One queen ruled through passion and belief, the other through patience and control. And in the end, the queen who mastered fear, not love, shaped Britain forever. This was not a war of armies. It was a psychological duel, and Elizabeth won.